Hello and welcome to another Lotus 350 video. Today I want to talk about 1 year of ownership, specifically the cost of ownership. So I'm going to add up all the costs of owning Lotus Exige for the past year. But just before we do that, I just want to go through something very quickly. Yes, quick wardrobe change. I'll change back in a minute. We did a previous video and we had some comments in the comments. Basically, we said that it was relatively easy to get in and out of, and my 6'2" nephew got in and out of the passenger side, and quite rightly people commented that maybe he should have got in on the driver's side because obviously the steering wheel would block it. So before we carry on with this video, just want to quickly show Giles my nephew getting in and out. I would like to say that today he's 6'3", and when we did this video a few months ago he was only a mere 6'2", so bear that in mind. Anyway, let's swap and see you get in, Giles. Okay, a little bit slower on the exit there, but how was that?
Solid 8 out of 10. As soon as you're in there, it's fine. So.
Yep, getting out a little bit more challenging. Okay, so road tax is, I think, 620, 640. Obviously, we'll be putting the figures down on the screen. Is it high? Yeah, I suppose it's higher than the normal car, but obviously it's 3.5 litre V6. That's kind of as you'd expect. Okay, so servicing costs. What does it cost to service? Well, every few years you have a major service called a Type C service for the Exige, and that costs £1,200. And also there's an MOT, £55 or so we'll add that to it. It is due for another service soon, and that's a minor service. I've been quoted around the £350 mark, including the VAT. So it's not overly expensive to service, obviously not cheap, but it's, compared to the performance of the car, it's not a bad service price overall. Okay, so insurance. This is obviously very variable depending on your circumstances, where you live, your no claims discount, all kinds of factors. But for me personally, it was just over the £700 mark per year. And that's kept in a garage, and I live in Hampshire. No claims well, I've never had any claims. Interesting point though is that no claims discount only applies to one car. So I have another car, my daily driver, and I had to basically reset the no claims for that. So that which is a Jaguar XE, actually costs more to insure than this Exige, just because you can't carry on no claims discount across more than one car. And obviously I want my no claims discount on this car because it's the most expensive to insure. Now obviously you can't drive two cars at the same time, but insurance companies haven't quite figured that out yet. Okay, so fuel. This is not my daily driver, so I've got to include all costs, I think, which includes fuel, because, you know, essentially it's a toy, so I think it's include all costs. So fuel done in a year, about 10,000 miles, and I'm going to make an assumption of 25 miles to the gallon, and the cost of fuel about £1.60 a litre, which is for the top sort of, you know, high octane 99 fuel, Shell Optimax, that kind of stuff. So with that in mind, if you do the maths, comes out to just under £3,000, so maybe £2,900. Would say with regard to MPG that I'm using the 25 MPG as a guide, because really, unless you're really on it, it's quite a light car to push along. So it's quite, relatively speaking, given the power and performance, it's quite economical. So there's not much load, not much inertia, not much for it to push along. So if you're just ticking over, it's quite economical. Obviously, once you put your foot down, or I haven't taken it round track, but if you were to, obviously that would change the story completely. But I think 25 miles per gallon average is probably a realistic figure for me, so that's why I came to that figure. Okay, so consumables. I had a wiper blade that needed replacing. It was about £30. Bosch wiper blade. Tyres, so 2 new rear tyres. They're £250 fitted piece, so £500 for tyres. And in terms of consumables, that's pretty much it. Depreciation, so this is a big one. So I bought this car just over a year ago. I paid probably very top end because I wanted this spec, this condition. It's a 2019. At the time, it had done under 6,000 miles, one owner, Lotus history, all the works. And obviously, I like the specs. It's the spec of the car that I wanted. And there were, because the car's quite rare, there were no other cars around. So I paid £56,000 at the time. Looking at Auto Trader, probably worth now, I'm guessing, in a showroom, probably around £49,000. It's done about 16 and a bit thousand miles. So depreciation was what, about £8,000. But that's only if I sold it privately, and I don't. So that's a forecourt price. But I'm not sure that I would do that because there's quite a lot of hassle selling a car on your own. You know, if there's a problem, you just get a lot of test pilots. People want to drive your car when they're not interested in buying it. So I'd probably sell it to a dealer or do a sale or return. And obviously the dealer needs to make a profit. Okay, so repair costs. So for this one, I'm going to need my cheat sheet. Actually, there's only three things. The clutch pedal spring went to common faults, £50. There's a wiper blade fuse that went, so it refused to put water up and the wiper didn't go back and forth. That was £40. And in a previous video, you will know that I had some damage to the rear diffuser, went over a pothole, and the council actually refunded me. That was just over £1,000, but we'll knock that off because I did get that money refunded, so we won't include that. Which then just brings us to the grand total. So if you exclude the £1,000 rear diffuser pothole damage, total is £13,095 for the year. So let me know in the comments if you think that's like outrageous or good value. I'm genuinely interested to know. Thanks.